Ate Miria. Dito na
Ganda
sa...
naman.
Siyempre, beauty queen ang kausap ko.
So after 2.5 years, I just received a call from him. Sabi niya, I just had a meeting with my lawyers and I want a divorce. I was suicidal. I was ultra depressed, diagnosed with bipolar depression. Sabi ko, Lord, kunin niyo na ako. Wala na akong dahilan para mabuhay. And then I felt his hand reach out. Tapos sabi niya sa akin, anak, tahan na. When I had nothing and all I had was Jesus. And He was my everything. He was enough.
Nung bata pala, kasi binabasa ko yung story mo, gusto mo nang maging beauty queen.
Oo, 5 years old pa lang ako. Pangarap ko na yon. Actually, year after year, nanonood ako ng Miss Universe. Tapos pinaalala lang sa akin ng tita ko, naalala mo nung bata ka, tungtong ka sa table, tapos sabi mo, Miss Philippines.
Kasi bihira yung ganun, kung ano yung dream mo nung bata, nangyari talaga sa'yo. Hindi ko makakalimutan din yun kasi 1999, that was the closest ng Philippines
Yes.
to winning the Miss Universe.
26 years daw yung drought that time.
Yes.
From Margie Moran.
Diba? Pag nakikita mo yung photos na yan, ano nare-remind ka?
I'm reminded of God's destiny for our lives. I really believe God has a special plan for each of us. And young as we are, God has already planted dreams in our hearts. So kung anong pangarap natin o kabataan tayo, especially if it's for something good, especially if it will glorify God, God already plants that in the hearts of everyone.
So yung declaration na magiging beauty queen ako paglaki ko, galing na kay God yung dream na yun.
Siguro,
Kaya
kaya yung naging dream ko noon eh.
na-fulfill mo lahat.
By God's grace.
Oh,
So,
diba?
yung beauty queens, 5 years old ako, 7 years old ako, nanonood lang ako ng lunch date. Si Randy Santiago, ini-interview niya si Dante Varona. Tapos, habang nag-interview sila kasi pinopromote nga niya yung show niya, parang may impression sa heart ko na one day I'm going to work for TV. Tapos nung 9 years old ako, naalala ko nasa isa kong cathedral in Pampanga. Tapos na-overwhelmed lang talaga ako ng gratitude that I was given life. So pangarap ko, sabi ko, Lord, one day gusto kong maging doctor so that I can also give others a chance at life.
Tapos lahat yun nangyari sa'yo, no?
Lahat yan, naging beauty queen ako, nakapag-work ako sa TV, and physical therapy yung pinursu ko as a pre-med course. Na-practice ko yung physical therapy for a while, pero na-intercept ng pagiging beauty queen.
Pagbabalikan natin kasi naging emotional ka nung nakita mo yung beauty queen pictures mo. Ilan taon ka lang nun?
I was only 23 in those pictures, 24 nung Miss Universe kasi I celebrated my 24th birthday during the Miss Universe course ng pageant sa Trinidad and Tobago.
Yung buong journey at process nung Miss Universe, naramdaman mo na ba in your heart na parang mananalo ako dito?
Parang meron akong inkling kasi para bang may mga signs dahil nung sumakay ako ng eroplano from Miami going to Trinidad and Tobago, nakasabay ko si Wendy Fitzwilliam. Siya yung reigning Miss Universe that time. Tapos nasa first class siya, nasa economy class ako. Wow, nakasabay ko si Miss Wendy. Parang ano lang, wow, pangarap. Yung first day ng arrival ko, may mga nakakapansin na oh, Miss Philippines is so beautiful. Siguro na-appreciate nila yung kayumangging kulay natin, di ba? As the days of the pageant went on, hindi ko napapansin yan kasi we were busy with the events, with the rehearsals. If anything, I was probably a quiet favorite until the unthinkable happened during the pre-pageant night na nadulas nga ako sa evening gown competition. In my evening gown, navigating the stairs, and pagdating ko dun sa dulo, yung 4-inch heel, sa baba, 4-inch heel ko got caught dun sa tail ng gown ko because it was heavily beaded, so nagsa-stretch siya. Na-off balance ako, nakakatawa nga kung nakita niya yung video kasi parang nag-zoom in siya sa face ko, tapos nawala ako sa camera, tapos sinundan. Sinundan ng camera, tapos pag-zoom out, para lang akong may pinulot sa floor.
Ang pati yung pagtayo, napaka-graceful. Pang beauty queen talaga eh.
Diba, by God's grace. So, bumangon akong ganyan. Pero pagdating ko dun sa bottom, just before I stood up, merong decision in my heart. Sinasabi ko, I'm going to finish what I started. So, bangon akong ganyan. Tinapos ko yung walk ko, tapos napansin ko, nagpapalakpakan na yung mga tao doon sa auditorium. Tapos sabi ko, ay, nagugustuhan nila yung ginagawa ko. Bibigyan ko sila ng drama. Yun, pero hindi nila alam, parang kumakabog-kabog yung puso ko. Parang merong 1,000 mga elepanteng dumadaan sa puso ko. Tapos yung tuhod ko nanginginig under my gown. Kung merong moment na grace under pressure, parang yun yung pinaka-grace under pressure moment.
And also, dun mo makikita yung confidence na meron ng mga beauty queens.
Si Scott Grossman, yung choreographer, nakita niya from in front of the stage. Umikot siya, hinanap talaga ako. Tapos nung natagpuan niya, sabi niya, that was the most beautiful recovery I've ever seen. So, na-encourage naman ako, diba? It gave me strength to go back out and dun sa final viewing namin, bye-bye, before we exited.
Yes. Pero pag uwi mo nun sa Pilipinas, you were celebrated as the Miss Universe. Na parang ikaw yung may corona, di ba? The way the Philippines celebrated yun nung umuwi ka.
It was so heartwarming how people thought of me as the winner in spite of the first runner-up title. And even around the world, actually, I appreciated how they recognized me. They appreciated my performance.
Parang yun ang naging defining moment mo as a beauty queen.
Yes. Actually, sinasabi ko nga lagi, it's a metaphor for my life.
Oo.
Na nadapa ako sa stage, nakabangon ako. Pero sa buhay ko, maraming beses din akong nadapa. Pero sa tulong ng Panginoon, nakabangon.
Nakabangon. After nun, your life was never the same again pag uwi mo ng Pilipinas.
Oo, I was just a simple girl na wala akong kaalam-alam sa beauty pageant or anything beauty.
Paano mo na-handle yung fame nung time na yun?
It was challenging for me because I was a natural introvert. So having all these people give me attention, it was a struggle for me. Unlike for mga celebrity, kunyari mga artista, hindi pa kayo sikat nung una. Tapos unti-unting umaakit yung kasikatan nyo. So unti-unti din kayo nag-a-adjust, di ba? Ako parang biglaan, instant. So it was a struggle. Pero later on, as the years went by, na-realize ko, happy lang sila, lumalapit sila kasi natutuwa sila na nabigyan ko sila ng proud moment nung nanalo ko sa pageant. Happy sila na nakikita nila isang celebrity na ina-admire nila, tapos ngayon they see in the flesh. We get to share joy with people just by our mere presence, right?
Pag iniisip ko, when you are at that moment, the peak of your career, when everything's on a high, hindi mo nararamdaman yun eh. Kasi 'di ba sunod-sunod ang trabaho, ratsyada lahat. Wala kang time to take in all the moment. Paano 'yun? How did it affect you from being a private and normal simple girl to becoming an instant celebrity?
That's why I had to take a three-week hiatus with my family in New York. Para lang mag-settle muna ako na, okay, nanalo ko, first runner-up, family muna, as Miriam Kimbao. Tapos pag-uwi ko, saka nagratsyada lahat ng mga press and people and all. So, takes a while to adjust, pero nasanay na rin.
So paano 'yun nung naging celebrity ka and you started appearing na on TV? Naging host ka na, full-fledged host ka na.
O yun, sobrang busy-busyhan na yun.